I'm going to talk very quickly about the Illuminatis. Anybody not heard of the Illuminatis? So I probably don't need to talk about it very long, which is why I don't. And I don't want to give them any more power than they've already grabbed for themselves. But if you've ever studied what happened in the dark old days of people being disemboweled and horse-drawn and quartered, and the fear and brutality that's been put on people in the past, and sometimes that was through the churches and then the government, then you'll know that these people have existed in the past. Would you all agree that they existed in the past and that awful atrocities took place? Or can I ask you, where do you think they went? They're still here. They're still here, ladies and gentlemen, and you can just Google it and have a look around. And they don't have a great agenda. They definitely think that they're superior to us. And some of the stuff that I'm studying lately around trust law is very interesting in the way that they've manufactured the law. They've manufactured us as the beneficiaries because they actually don't think we're responsible enough to look after ourselves. And maybe some of us aren't. But these guys have some very strange rituals and so forth that you can look into for yourself. In one of the seminars I went to, I think it was the precursor to David Wynn-Miller, I met a chap, really, really intelligent guy, who uncovered a Ponzi scheme. Does anybody know what a Ponzi scheme is? So for those that don't, a Ponzi scheme is sort of a managed fund or an investment vehicle that they put together. And they say, put your money in here and we'll pay you X amount of return. And normally the return is exorbitant, 36% a year or 50% a year, and they'll pay it monthly. They won't pay it at the end of the year, they'll pay you monthly. And so what happens is very innocent people will go and put, say, $100,000 in, and if they're paid 50% a year, that's $50,000 a year, yeah, which is about $4,300 a month. And they start getting their checks for $4,300 a month. They think, wow, this is really good. Then they go and tell their friend, and their friend goes, that sounds good, and all this money starts to come in. And how a Ponzi scheme works is that they pay the interest out of capital. They don't invest it. They actually skim most of the capital off the top, but they will pay the interest out of your capital and new capital that comes in. So the result that people is getting is all this interest back, but it's all deception. Anyway, this guy uncovered one of these Ponzi schemes, but he uncovered more than he was bargaining on. When he got to the top of who put this together, it was some high-level government officials. Hello, government officials and police. And he delved deeper into it and found out that they were pulling this money in through this Ponzi scheme and going and buying kids from Chechnya, bringing them out here and raping and torturing them here in Australia. Now this guy's in fear for his life, and that's why he's been studying the David Wynn-Miller and a few other matters. But you know what? These bullies are pretty big bullies. And so these people are alive and well and in your backyard. I believe, I think. You all prefaced it with that, didn't you? What I like to say with what their agenda is, and it's a guy that in one of my workshops about 6 months ago stood up and said it, and I just loved it. He said, look, the Illuminati are like this, let's just say, talk about the game of football. You've got 13 guys on this side and 13 guys on this side, and they've got a set of rules, and they belt the crap out of each other and they have an emotional attachment to the outcome of the game. And then in the stadium, you might have 50,000 people who are there just witnessing the game. They understand the rules, and they've also got an emotional outcome to the game. So that's the game that's going on over here. What I'm here to tell you today is that you can live over here. You can know that that game's going on, and that there are these sets of rules over there that they're all acquiesce and abiding to, but you can actually live your life over here with the knowledge that's going on, but you don't have to play that game. And that's the game that the Illuminatis have for everyone to play. But obviously you're here today because you don't want to anymore.